Hello everyone, hello everyone. It is me, Audrey Elaine with Just Be Audrey Elaine. I thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell so you can be notified of when a journal process is up. So you know I start off with the date. So I'm going to start off by saying today is Tuesday, August 31st, 2021, and the time is 7:02 p.m. Um, I am saying the time because I noticed that for some reason my videos got posted today versus yesterday. I don't know when I put it earlier, but it is what it is. Oh well. Um, so I am coming from a place of like God, I'm gonna mind my business. I have to, because literally I have to trust him in everything that he is doing. And one, I need to stop because my mind don't need to race. And I've been like, God, my mind has been racing, but the whole thing about it is it's not a crazy racing. It's like basically he's putting new gears in and wanting to see if it's going. So I just have to make sure I'm trusting him in this process. And that's where I want to make sure I consistently keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing and reading his word and doing everything I need to do by living the life he has for me. So this morning I had woke up and it's the first day of school for our children here, in Philly. And I had wrote after I got the kids off and everything. I was writing out, God, I want to listen to your voice, and I'm going to listen to your voice. And it just got me into like making sure that I'm like, God, I want to, you know, lift you up. I want to praise you, and I wrote that down as well. Praise Him, lift Him up high, Audrey Lane. And in the midst of me writing it, I go in because I'm like, okay, it's more to it than this. It's more to it. I can just feel it. It's more to it. So I end up reading, um, Grow Strong in Your Weakness. It's one of my books today. And I'm going to read a little bit about it. And this is what had me where I'm like, God, He talks to me in multiple ways. I want to say, I can't speak for Him. But it's like, man, my children, I gifted you with abundant strength and stamina. Others like you have received a humble gift of frailty. Your let me pronounce it right. Fragility is not punishment, nor does it indicate lack of faith. On the contrary, weak ones like you must live by faith, depending on me to get them through the day. I am developing your ability to trust me and lean on me rather than your own understanding. Your natural preference is to plan out your day, knowing what will happen. My preference is for you to depend on me continually, trusting me to guide you and strengthen you as you need it. This is how you grow stronger in your weakness. So I was like, God, what is going on? It's so funny that he put that right here for me to read it this morning. And it's weird because I usually read my fruitful book first and then I go on to reading Jesus Calling. It's the name of this book. And for some reason today I read this first, what I just read to you guys. So now I'm going to read to you my fruitful book. Because at first I was like, wait, hold up. I'm weak. I'm fragile. But lately, that has been which been I've been feeling like I felt like this feeling before, but not as strong as I did before. Before I felt really weak and damaged, like man, it shattered, like all over the place. This for me is different because I feel strong within the weakness, craziness. And today's was discouragement. Yahweh presented Yahweh presence was with Joseph, and he became successful while living in the house of his Egyptian master. Genesis 39:2. When everything falls apart and your dreams unravel, the Father steps in to show you his higher way. the way of miraculous uh, through us in the path of pain, and ultimately leads you to the greatest victory, success, and is orchestrated by the Lord, and becomes your testimony of grace to help others and embrace breakthroughs of their own. That right there, I just was like, wow, wow. And actually, let me read it over again because I jumped too fast. When everything falls apart and dreams unravel, our Father steps in to show us a higher way, a way of maneuvering us through the paths and of pain, and ultimately leads us to the greatest victories. Success is Success, when it's orchestrated by the Lord, becomes our testimony of grace to in helping others to embrace breakthroughs of their own. And I'm like, okay, so God, I feel like, yeah, if you're talking to me like this, I can get better at just speaking out a breakthrough to someone. I mean, shoot, I say it now on here that we are getting through breakthroughs. We have crossed over so many. I know I have, and speaking with others, yes. Man, God is so awesome. He smacks us right up in our face and gets our attention real quick in a hurry. Because here it is for me. I still don't know what it all is and what God has for me, and I don't need to know. No, I don't need to know. I need to leave it be and let Him have it. But I will say this: it's a wonderful thing to know that no matter what, it's going to be for Him and His greater good. So I'm going to be all right. I'm going to stop it today. End of August will be the last day for me, unless He brings it forth. But I can say and sit comfortable saying, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to trust Him. Why not? He hasn't failed me yet. He truly hasn't. So I know if He's going to get it and it's going to be His way anyway, I'm going along with this one. This is a good go along, because it's going to lead for greatness, and it's going to serve a purpose that He needs it to serve for Him. I'm just the vessel He's going to blow through, and it doesn't even have to be where I could think it be, pastoring or anything. I don't want to do that. I don't plan to do that. That's not what it is for me. I can come on and hug on people and love on people and speak out in voice, and that's difficult right there. But I can do that. I had an experience today with a mother and a daughter, and it was amazing. I can speak encouragement in life and help people along in the process of wanting to grow better in life, and not grow, just healthier mindsets. I can speak encouraging words and actually follow it up with action. I can do that. But I don't want to have it where I give it up to pastors. It's a lot. Heavy is the head. I don't want that. Man. The Lord is magnificent in taking what seems to be a downfall, and catapult it into turning it into something beautiful. New life, uncharted joy, and deep-seated faith will rise from the ashes. That's one thing, and I can leave it right there at that. He has a way of taking pain that may be confusing, discouraging, and makes no sense, and turn it into and make it where the Father invites you into a hidden shelter of love, and the place will grow forth of grace and blessings that will flow from it. Flow from it. So I'm determined just to sit in Him and stay with Him. He'll do it. I honestly love it because I don't want to have any words in it no more. I'm going to stop it coming forth. I even want to stop it right now. So I'm going to stop right now. The time is 7:11. If I tell y'all what that means, y'all will be cracking up at me. But yeah, 7:11. And I am going to go on to how just we have to encourage one another and seek and love on one another. And when I say seek, it's so maybe evident sometimes for us to um, see someone hurting, or someone who needs help, or someone who needs, answers in an area. And a lot of the times God sends them to us, and they will open their mouth and ask us stuff that we like, how would you know to ask me this, unless I would say maybe it was a word, or maybe because I don't know how it came about, but we just started talking, and I started sharing with these ladies my life. And I'm like, well, I am actually, I showed them pictures of some stuff, and showed them how we can just get involved with, building women up, and actually in the process of just encouraging one another. And talking with these women were amazing, uplifting. Like, man, it was truly like, God, how do you find a way when I guess it was like a click. And I just, because I normally don't talk, I do talk to everyone. I will say this, I talk to a lot of people that I know. I've been knowing them for years, but these ladies, never seen them before. And we end up talking. I just was like, I'm going to speak life into your situation, that it won't be like this. It will be great. Like how you are now does not mean this is going to be how it will be forever. It can be turned around and changed right before your eyes. And how about this? It's going to require work, but you're going to have a support team with you that is going to be here to help you and guide you through it. And that's where it made me click and realize for myself, I have a great support team. Let me utilize them in the right capacity so I can help get more guidance through my process. So I'm reaching out today to people and letting them know, hey, I need some assistance. I need your help. Can you help me? And literally, my mom will always say, closed mouths don't get fed. So I'm opening up my mouth so I can get fed, literally, God's word into me. So I have just a little bit of, man, God, I'm so grateful for you allowing me to see life through this perspective, and allowing me to go through this now, because it has my eyes opened up for, God, I need you more in my life. I want you more in my life. I need you to take over, because I'm asking you to help me just be your child and love on others. And it's been happening. How is it? How is it at the end of the day that you're able to share? One, you don't need to be stingy with God. There's no reason to be stingy with him. It's enough of him to go around. And you just never know how, when we thinking that, man, a lot of the times I can say I will go and have encounters with people because it will do something for me. It just touches my heart and makes me like shift into an area of like, God, thank you so much, because here it is. We could be going trying to get information or even give information, and it happens where both parties are leaving out with the same thing. They both actually are getting something they didn't even expect. You're coming in to do one thing and hurry up and leave so you can go on to the next, and you just get an encounter and you get something that fills you up that you were seeking for all this time, and next thing you know it's smack dead right in front of your face without you even going to it. Came in to get, you know, just some items and actually left out with inventory. Left out with inventory of knowledge, inventory of understanding, and it happened both ways. Not only because I would sit here and tell you, not only did they get information that I had to share out to them, I got information back from them that they shared with me. And come to find out, these young ladies actually attended my church at one point. They at a new church. Their pastor knows my pastor and everything. We didn't know that at first. I was going over there to share some good news with them. Literally. And it just happened where we both left with some great info. We both left with great news. How about that? And just the process has us like, wow, this is like, who would have knew? Who would have knew? Nobody but God. I thank God that He has gotten me to a point of actually talking with people, and not even just talking with them, listening back and giving information. So I'm going to tell you right now, it is at a season now where we do have to guard some of our hearts and everything. But God will send us the right appropriate people for us to share our information with. And how do you know when it's like, why are you in here over an hour? And for some odd reason, it's multiple people coming around you with shirts on that you can ask these questions to, but yet you keep coming back to me. And I had to, when I wanted to just stop, I couldn't stop. Literally, I just kept, my eyes just kept going back on them. And thank goodness it did, because we end up talking and coming to find out, we found out all this information of how literally they're connected. Their pastor and my pastor is connected. And I just started sharing them great news about everything that has been going on with, you know, where I work, and then helping them with different things they're trying to get into in business and in life. And man, you just never know. Closed mouths don't get fed. Because I was just like, literally, how can I help you? And with just that, and actually they came to me and asked me a question first. And I really didn't get the connection, pay no attention until after it just kept coming up, and they kept coming to me. And I had to say to them, hold on one second. I was talking with another customer, and I said, hold on 1 second to them. And I just stopped because I knew they had a question for me. And I said, how can I help you? And it started from that. And before you know it, by the end of the day, relationships was built. So I thank God that He truly has me where it's like, open up your mouth and talk with people. Stop feeling like you don't want to allow people in. Because it was where I would talk to people all day long. I do. But I will only talk to, you know, people with whom I know. Now I talk with complete strangers now. My kids, it cracks me up because my mother used to do this. Literally, my mother would stop and talk to everybody like, can we just go? Why are you running your mouth again? And now I have really truly turned into my mother when it comes into talking and making sure because my mom would say, you never know, that it can be the last conversation. You talking with somebody can have them open up. And now literally, like how it is for me, open up. Now I know who Audrey Lane is. Sometimes I know for a fact people just want to be heard. People don't really want to be sheltered. They can tell you how they were. That was me. Oh no, I go by myself. I only hang around certain people. I only want to be around certain people. That was closed-minded thinking. And it kept me sheltered in a bad area that was just so toxic and just falling apart. Because my thinking was off. I won't blame it on anyone who I was around. It started with me. Thank God I changed that thinking. I changed the behavior. I asked God to remove it off of me. I was tired of just staying in the same place all the time, changing the view, but it really wasn't changed at all. I was keep on going back into the same old, same old. And actually at one point thinking I changed it, but then getting back into it, I kept the same pattern and kept the same pattern. You would have thought that would have been enough for me to know that this is about to end the disaster. It just took longer each time. Now it's like I know nothing and have no clue of what's going on in my life, but I do, in the same aspect of I know it's fully in God's hand. So I'm protected. It won't lead me into destruction. It won't lead me into bad thinking. It won't lead me in wanting to go out there and just shelter myself from what I think is craziness, when actually I was the common denominator, bringing a lot of the crazy along with me. And then not only that, what I was going around then came on to me, and I was bringing it back into my home. Because everywhere we go, fumes attach onto us, and we bring that back with us, thinking we not, but it do. It comes back with us, and then we wondering why our house is off, why our attitudes are shifted, why we all negative. That's why I say hang around and be around positive people. And if you don't know who that is going to be for you, enjoy being by yourself and being alone in the process, because God will reveal people to you and have them in your life. And then it's like the monkey see, monkey do. When you start going around people who are purposeful people and people who are actually productive, you will have where you will be productive and in purpose. Stop hanging around dysfunction. Dysfunction only can function in discord and mess. When you're hanging around people who are positive and on a track for purpose and staying and going in it, you're going to be doing that too. It's so funny because as I'm looking at myself here, I see that what my shirt says. I just put it on red because it matches my pants. But fight for me. Fight for yourself. Fight for yourself. You can do that. You are the only person that you should be fighting so hard for in your relationship with God. Because we get so distracted wanting to fight for others that we are literally losing ourselves. That's what I said about going and wanting to be around people and be in environments that one will have you just in a toxic thinking in area and don't come out of it. And especially when you come up out of it, when you are asking God to reveal you to yourself and reveal things that you should not be around. I actually yesterday, I don't watch certain things. I don't keep them on. I don't want that going into my spirit. I have to be cautious of that. I have to be cautious of the people I go around. Situations that I can see from a distance. Nope. You have to watch it because you don't and don't have the attitude of, oh, I'm better than you or that. Have it as I have to be better because I have to be better for God and myself. I want more. I don't want crazy thinking no more. So I rebuke you. You stay over there. I don't want my head to be racing and all over the place. Because it's funny, the way my head kind of goes and does this stuff now, like I was explaining to you, the gears that's in my head now are purposeful gears. They're gears of going forth, and I can just see God all up in it. Before, when I was just all over the place, I thank God for growth. Man, I truly thank God for growth. I thank Him so much for taking over me. Like, God, you do it because I can't do this. I'm not good at taking care of myself. I know where I get myself. I do know that for sure. I know that for sure, where I can get myself. So me not knowing where God is going to place me, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm good. Because one thing I do know about it, I'm in his hands, and he won't put me down and put me in a place that's going to lead to destruction. Only greatness. That's a good thing. So it's so funny of how when I tell you the better days are definitely here, because that's what it is. It's this whole month of August for me, a new beginning, a new beginning of life, a new beginning of myself, new growth. You know, everything is going. I trimmed some things off of my life. I'm gardening me well. I'm actually, and it's so freaking funny because I had some plants in my window that I had to repot. I had to take up and actually bring up the dirt, crack it up, replant it down, take out old soil that literally was not doing anything, that was molded actually in the glass because it then grew, that it wasn't actually getting really proper growth. And I had to dig it up and re-put it down in the pot. That's what's going on with us. Sometimes we outgrow our pots. Sometimes we outgrow the people that we are, that we were with. And that's not where you're saying I'm better than. I just have to grow. And I have to grow for my own individual self. Jesus. And that's a great thing. Because you need to be in your blooming season. You need to go out and actually bloom and bloom well and blossom. Blossom. And if you don't know how, trust me, God will reveal you to you. And in the midst of him doing that, when he starts seeing that you value yourself, he's going to show you how to handle situations. Don't think that it's going to come right overnight. It's going to be a process to you. Your growth takes a little bit. It takes a little bit. But as you grow in it, you get knowledge, you get understanding, you get humility, you get wisdom, you get trust, you get grace, you get bold, you get brilliant, you get a whole list of great things coming to you. And also, you get blockage of things that you should not be around, people that you should not be around, areas you do not need to be. And God will block things from you that don't need to be nowhere near you without you even knowing. Without you even knowing. You don't, if someone say, hey, I was calling you and couldn't get a hold of you, and you know what kind of atmosphere you didn't been in with that person, just say, like, oh, leave it as that. Oh, I'm sorry. If you didn't get the call, because I had that happen to me. If you didn't get the call, oh, I didn't get it. And keep it moving. I'm still myself, and they know, oh, you're different now. You know, Audrey Lane has grown. Thank you so much. I had to grow. I would stop staying put. Oh, so you doing a whole lot better. You don't want to come around people no more. No, I actually do come around people now. I just have so much on my plate right now at the moment. I can come to a function, but I can't, depending on what day it is. And it just so happened that the date that their function is on, I couldn't go. Because I had already put my time out for me to be with some other people that we had already had plans for. I literally hang with all the people within my church. I still hang with family and friends, just not often. It has to be a productive thing for me. I can't. And even when I do hang around family and friends, it's really, literally, I have all of my time kind of planned out in ways. Just like it kind of say here, I'm so like with plans with things that if my time isn't planned for the great things and the wisdom things of staying in his word and making sure I'm doing that, it's not that I'm saying Like, I don't have time for you. I cannot put this time in if it's not going to be of value. Where is it going to go? Especially if it's just sitting around. I can't sit around in areas that I know won't be well for me. I can't. And a lot of my family already know that. And they respect that. They do. You have to make people respect you in situations. And you don't even have to open up your mouth, because I don't even have to open up my mouth. They already know that she's not going to tolerate that. Oh, we can't do that. Oh, put this down around her. No. And I just say thank you and keep on going. I say thank you. I hang with them. It's all, my life is literally on a great span, because I don't sit around doing things that would have me just grounded. I have to be moving in great purposeful areas. And especially right now, because I'm trying to learn a whole lot more of who Audrey Lane is. And I am learning also, God, I need more of you. So the best way I can do it is actually have my time with him. And that allows me to actually put the time in with him. I schedule that. And nothing's going to get in my way for it. We can tell people no. Especially when it comes for a purpose of our self-growing and we knowing who we are. But again, I'm going to say to you, God will tell you exactly who you need to be around. Strengthen yourself with meaningful, like I say, sharpeners. Because if you don't know how to sharpen, you're going to be around people who's going to show you how to sharpen and show you how to be graceful with it. To make sure you are guarding yourself in the right mindset. I cannot wait to, well, I can wait, because it is a purpose and it's going to be planned out of when we can get a journal process thing together and everybody can start putting it out there. Write your journal, track your growth, mark it, because before you know it, you'll be off of one journal and into a next one real fast, quick, in a hurry, if you literally are writing every day. At least if you only do it once a day, you definitely will. But sometimes we do it in the morning, we do it in the evening, we do it sometimes, like they say, supper time. Do it. Charge yourself. You live every day, and especially if you're already on here on YouTube a lot, start your own Just Be God-given YouTube channel. Mark your growth, because this is exactly what this does for me. I can see my growth, and literally my path doesn't really go down, but it does. I'll be honest, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. But it's a path that truly I'm so grateful for, because I can come on here and be honest. One, it starts with me, because this is my journal process. You guys, I thank you for coming on, subscribing and everything. You guys get to see exactly the growth that God has been doing in me. That's where I thank God that He is growing in me. And that's why I say you guys get your own channel, even if it's only one. Even if you have one subscriber. I can't tell you, I'm probably up to 14 now. And that is amazing. That is nobody but God. But I am on here. I am on here. This helps me. This is a journal for myself. And anybody who is affected by it, glory be to God, because it ain't about Audrey Lane. Love who you are, your God-given name. Not the nickname that you, and it's so weird because I'm 41 and people still call me by my nicknames. But I truly prefer Audrey Lane. I do. Very few people do I let call me my nickname. Very few. At my church, they're learning how to call me Audrey. But how about this? More importantly, I now know who I am, where I don't get mad for it. Even though I prefer my real birth God-given name, I no longer get mad at it if people call me by my nickname. Because one, I know who I am. More importantly, I know who I am now. So I don't have to worry about if you call me. And it's so weird because my cousin came into my job today and called me, and I instantly look over when she called me by my nickname. And it's like, wow. And everybody was like, who's she calling? But then a couple of them know it. Like, oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. They knew she had to be family because she called me by my nickname. And I only looked up because it's like, yes, I recognize that name. But I'm learning to even love the fact that my nickname is something too. It is. Because my hurtness in that name was just all over the place. And now my whole thing is, you do know that's you too, right? You don't have, it's not two of you. That's who you are. But thank God for your growth, that you truly are living in Audrey Lane. You truly are moving in Audrey Lane. You truly are growing in Audrey Lane. So my nickname doesn't define me. Muffy doesn't define me. Muffy now is actually, I can say that who I am, she's still a good, wonderful person because she is Audrey Lane. But she didn't grow up. She became a woman now. She's not a little girl. She's not bitter. She's not mad. She's not angry. She's on a purposeful journey. And a journey that is going to grow her even stronger. So love who you are. Your God-given name. Trust me. It's going to lead to greatness for you. It's going to lead to greatness for you. Don't worry about how your name is pronounced and people can't get it. It's up to us to teach them. And be patient with it. Be patient with it. But more importantly, you be patient with it. And you know who you are. Don't leave it up for you to be going and be identified by somebody else calling you that. You call yourself that. That's why I say my name a lot. I love me. I love Audrey Lane. I do. So you guys have a great evening. Thank you guys so much for coming on and subscribing. I wish you to have a wonderful, peaceful night. Make sure you guys are loving God. Love yourself. And then you can go out there and love on others. So lift your hands and say Jesus. And you guys have a wonderful evening. I'll be back on with you guys tomorrow. Go with God now. And y'all already know why I do the wink. Because I see you and I love you. Bye now.